Hello everybody, it is Christine. It is time for a Scrap Room design team video, and this will go up on the Scrap Room's channel first, so make sure you like and subscribe on that channel, and then it'll go up on my channel, and you can always pop over there and watch it there as well, but obviously it's the same video, so your call. My assignment today, or I chose it, it's not really an assignment, is I'm going to use the sketch of the month. So what we have is 2 photos. There's this circle, and there's a couple of like inner, like circle rings here. There's torn edges here, and then there's some like mixed media looking stuff. Technically, I guess that could be some little cut ones too, but I think I may end up using, I don't know, I have to see here because what I'll show what I pulled out. And I may go use my new electronic cutter to cut my little circles, because why not? I've got it. I've got a couple of photos. It's actually from 2017, I believe. I'll double check because I was on my phone. And it's a gentleman who's carving these pumpkins. Is this not amazing? Look at that guy. What he's done there, those faces. And there's like a whole little like bench setup. This is at the Texas State Fair. So the tricky part, if I'm honest, is of course he's carving these pumpkins, but then all this green stuff, because you know, that's just what happens. It's hot. I don't know if you can't even tell here, but there's people like, look at this. She ain't got no sleeves, y'all, because it's probably warm. Anyway, that's my pictures, because I have the Carta, what's the name of this? It's Autumn. I struggle to use autumn collections, you guys, because I'm in Texas and we don't get much of an autumn. So I was really proud because look at it. These are so cute. Look at these little scarecrows. Is that not the cutest? Now the back side is this nice kind of tone on tone here. So this may be what I use as my base, which makes me a little sad because they are so cute. But I went looking. I don't have any scarecrow pictures. I'm sad about that. And then for my torn corners, ooh, wait a minute. You know what? I may use, but I don't have any scarecrow. I think that is so cute, but I have no scarecrows, but I would probably have leaves. So let's see. I say that I got this nice cardstock, so maybe I don't have to use a piece of paper. Maybe we can do this. And then maybe, because he's kind of got this funny little outfit on, I tear it, and that's what goes in the corner. Oh, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And then what I may do for my circles is go cut, I'm imagining this piece maybe, because that's a nice little circle here, and I can cut that out. And I'll have to find some ink. I do have these stamps here. I don't know where I got them or when, but they look like little coffee rings and stuff, and it kind of looks like that to me. And there's little splatters. So I'll probably pull out like a brown ink. I'm thinking either vintage photo or something like that. Of course, I have my embellishment. Oh, by the way, I should have said this. This is from the Flavors of the Month kit, you guys. So this is your basic kit, which is what, you know, you get is, if you sign up for the program or the subscription, you'll get a Flavors of the Month, which is 3 sheets of pattern paper, 2 cardstock, and then embellishments. And it could be anything, but in this case, it's a sticker sheet. So, look at that. Is he not the cutest? I'm wondering where I'm going to put my embellishments on this thing. What could my title be, you guys? I could do pumpkin patch. I have to think about that one. That's a little thing there. I might could use that. We'll see. We'll play. So I think what I'm going to do is go pick out my ink and cut my circles, right? So if I have to have I have to have 2 squares. So I think this needs to be the bigger square just because I have more pumpkins showing. And then this could be brought down just a little, but I don't want to bring it in much. Maybe I'd put two, he almost has to have this though, because he's looking this way. Maybe we'll just have 2 squares. We'll see. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have to play with this a little bit. I need to stop rambling. Let me go cut my circles and I'll be back on. You guys, fun fact, I did this layout last week. I think it was on Wednesday. And I'm early, by the way. I always have to make these kind of early. So I did it on Wednesday, but relatively speaking, it's not important which date it was other than it was last Wednesday. And it is now Monday because I went on a cruise and I have to try to remember what I did. So I know I took this little scarecrow paper here and cut it and made it the little corner pieces that were the torn pieces. And you guys, my cat is over there messing with something. She never really does that. I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, I made that the torn pieces because honestly, it was the cutest paper. I don't know. For whatever reason, it tickled me, so I'm going to use it. So I got my upper left there, and I've got my lower right, and I'm just matching the sketch pretty closely. And in fact, this whole layout is actually pretty close to the sketch. The only thing that's, I wouldn't say it like varies necessarily, but it didn't really show embellishment clusters per se. So I did kind of take some creative liberties and add some. So I've used my circle cutter. I started to use my new silhouette to try to cut these, but you guys, I don't know that I had any circle, like I haven't really bought any cut files yet. And it came with a whole bunch of free ones, like 100 free ones, but it might have had a circle, but I don't know for sure. And I was like, you know what? I don't have time to think about it. So I just got my trusty old circle cutter and I cut out some circles. I will tell you, it is a trick to cut those skinny ones because you have to cut the inner part first. I shouldn't say you have to. This is what I've learned over the time is I really almost have to cut the inner part first and then the outer part, because if I try to cut the outer and then the inner, the thing just moves everywhere. So anyways, that's what I did. So I got the one solid and I've got the rings there. They're going to end up kind of, where the sketch shows them. I think mine are a tad bigger or something. I'm not really sure. But I've got those cut. I've got those kind of set in there. And then now I'm going to take my little photos here and mount them on this green kind of tone on tone. That's going to be my photo mats. And I'm really pleased with how this turns out. If I'm honest with you, I've had those stamps there, by the way. I showed them to you in the beginning. They look like the little coffee rings and splatters and stuff. And I've had them and I haven't used them. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I think it turns out great. Like, I've tried using cups and different things. I'm like, you know what? These little stamps are perfect. So I'm going to keep these handy so I can use them more frequently because I really do enjoy them. I don't know what I'm doing. Usually messing with YouTube. Oh, no, I'm looking for a pencil. I'm looking for my pencil. I don't know what I had stuck it because I want to mark down now where my circles are kind of landing so I can go ahead and stamp. So I'm just going to kind of use my pencil to mark where the solid one kind of is. I say that. I might mark some of the hollows. No, I guess I didn't. I just marked the solids because I'm going to come back in through here with my stamps. Now, I will tell you my upper left one, somehow I didn't end up with it exactly where I wanted it, and I almost messed it up because I wanted the hollow circle to go almost basically where my stamped image was, and I have to kind of mess with it, so I was a little bit oopsie on that. It doesn't look bad by any means, but, By the way, I had to cut out some film, too, because I was leaning over, and I don't know how I had my hair set up, but I look bald, y'all, right in the middle of my head, and I go, oh, shoot, I can't put that there on the internet. I'm not bald, and I'm not even... I mean, I am in, my mid-50s, so I'm sure my hair is not as thick as it was when it was, young and luscious or whatever, but I'm definitely not that thin. So I was like, what have I done to my hair? I did something funky with it. So I wasn't going to put that on film, so that's why I'm going to cut it a little bit here or there. But here's that stamp I mentioned to you. See what I did, though? I kind of turned that funny, and now my stamps, I should have gone to the stamp probably a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left or something. Probably to the left, and now it's kind of where I have the other little hollow already glued together, so I have to kind of shift it around here and there, but like I said, it works out okay. But look how cool that stamp is. That looks really neat. I love this sketch. I think it's cool, all the circular elements, and you got the little torn pieces. This is definitely up my alley. I really enjoy this. Now I'm going to use the little splatter pieces to kind of come around again where the sketch shot kind of shows. You guys, this little collection was so cute to go with these. I had to go back on my phone quite a ways. This is from 2017, and I knew I had these pumpkin carving pictures, or at least I had kind of recollection of them. I didn't recall if I didn't know what year it was, though. I was like, okay, I know it was the Texas State Fair, and I was trying to think, like, when did we do that? And so I know it's always in late September, early October, so I was kind of going through my phone, because I typed in pumpkin, and the darn thing didn't know these were pumpkins. I guess because it's so big, your iPhone has a search feature, but it darn sure did not know these were pumpkins, because it would not show it to me. So I had to do it by memory, y'all, and that's kind of why we scrapbook, and we can't remember all these things. So there's all my little splattery bits, looking, little faux splatters. I got my faux coffee rings. I got my little hollow circles there. And I'm really enjoying this. I think this looks really neat. And then my little scarecrows, which I just adore them. I'm not going to lie. They're so cute. We don't have scarecrows here. At least I don't think so. I've never driven past a cornfield with scarecrows in it down here in Texas. I mean, there could be, and I'm just not aware of it. But I can't think of any. Now, I did decide to go ahead and add some splatters because I felt like that would add a little something. So I just take my little bit of water and my paintbrush here and just kind of splatter around, and I enjoy this also, and I think this looks really cute. And so next thing I do, I got to glue down my corners here. I'm just going to use my ATG, and then I will use I think I might use ATG, and then I'll actually end up using Nuvo glue as well on my little circles, but I'll just glue all this down. Truth be told, this is not a difficult layout. I mean, you can obviously, there's a few techniques involved. You could do different things if you wanted to, but I went ahead and did the stamping and then the sprinklings and all that kind of stuff. But really, it didn't take that long. It's a nice, easy layout if you happen to have a cutter that can cut circles for you. My cutting of my circles took me the longest, if I'm honest, because I kept trying to mess with, like, what sizes and stuff. But here we go. So I got this kind of figured out, and that's going to go basically tilted a tad to the right. I was just figuring out which direction that was going to go there. Like I said, I kind of covered up that upper left stamp a little bit, and I was a little sad because I kind of wanted to see more of it, but it's all right. It's good enough. So I've got that figured out. Now I'm going to pull out my sticker sheet here. Now, you guys, this is, again, like I said, this is the flavors of the month, and this is the embellishment that comes with it. But you can add an embellishment kit if you want to. I didn't even pull that out to show you. And, in fact, I probably should even look because I don't remember what it was that I got, to be honest with you. I think it's the, well, y'all, I don't know what I did with it. It's in here somewhere. I think it's the, oh, we got another set of small stickers, I guess it is. There's, oh, I should have used that. I'm looking at titles on it, and I should have used it. I didn't pull. I try to stick on my design team layout with the flavors of the month, so you get a sense of, you know, everything you can potentially create with the actual basic kit. But truth be told, again, there's more. I know my friend Jennifer over at Scrap and Cane, she's a more is more kind of girl, so I think she likes to always add the tons of embellishments. So if you're an embellishment kind of girl, then make sure you get the embellishment kit add-on. I also get the paper add-on because I do love pattern paper, you guys. Just love it. So I'm kind of building my embellishment clusters. I went ahead and put the biggest embellishment cluster in the upper right where the title was shown. And I used that little barn. I thought that was really cute. And the little pumpkin. I'm going to put a little foam underneath my title here. I'm pulling out my little bits of Frankensteinable foams. That was a tad long, so I'll have to trim it. But it's going to go up underneath there, and that's going to build that one. And then I'm going to end up with the little set in the upper left there, kind of where all the stamping is. And I use another little scarecrow because, again, I just think they're adorable. And then I add hello to a couple of pumpkins. And then I'm going to actually put one more embellishment kit kind of in the middle under the photos. There's a couple people's heads in the photo that I don't really necessarily care about. So I end up kind of covering, I wouldn't say I cover them all up by any means because you can still kind of see the heads. But I just use the pumpkin stickers to kind of, you know, take the focus away from other people's heads, as it were. And I think this turns out so cute with these embellishments. And then I did film it, but again, my hair looked funny. So I did not put it in the video here, but I will take a little brown pen and write Texas State Fair 2017 up underneath that little sticker that says, let's go to the pumpkin patch. So I'm going to actually add that journaling. You'll see it in the slowdown because I do it before I take that part of the video. But I didn't want y'all to see the back of my head. These were kind of cool, though. I'm not going to lie. It was a cool exhibit. It's in like the little arboretum-y type thing. And he was in there just carving all these pumpkins. This man was so talented. Sometimes I swear, I see people do stuff and I'm thinking, how did you learn that? You know, where did you pick up that skill? And so here's the slowdown. This is so cute, you guys. And I don't have too many fall pictures, so I was really pleased to have remembered these pumpkin pictures here. So I think this turns out cute. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And, of course, this is going to be up on the Scrap Room's channel first. So make sure you like and subscribe Scrap Room as well, because all the design team members will post their videos if they're video design team members. And everybody is so friggin' talented. This whole team is just, I'm so fangirly most of the time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.